It's the year 2043. After a long and devastating global trade war fractured economies and shifted the international landscape, pirates and corsairs once again roamed the seas. With petrol and the chemicals needed to build rechargeable batteries in short supply, people relied on sails to propel boats and makeshift cars built from the remnants of old machines. A team of young pirates consisting of Americans Diego and Alex, Lee from China, Arjun from India, and Naveed from Bangladesh, had been abducted by mercenaries in service of the Maharaja. They are about to embark on an important mission to retrieve technology left behind by the Industrialists, the same enigmatic man who caused the collapse of modern communication networks years before. The morning sun cut through the haze like a blade. The teens stood in a semicircle beneath the Maharaja's canopy, still bruised, still sore, but now dressed in fresh gear. Patch jackets, reinforced boots, and satchels packed with tools and rations. The Maharaja paced slowly before them, hands clasped behind his back. "You'll travel by boat," he said. "Combustion engines. Old design but reliable. You'll rendezvous with our contact in Africa. She has access to a facility once used by the Industrialist. Inside are blueprints, parts, and systems we need to finish the satellite." Diego raised an eyebrow. "Combustion engines? Where are we getting petrol?" The Maharaja's assistant, a wiry man with oil-stained gloves, stepped forward. "Synthetic fuel, refined from algae and scrap chemicals. Not perfect, but it burns," Arjun smirked. "And what about our pay? Or do we get paid in algae too?" The mercenary leader, standing nearby, growled. "Your pay should be deducted from everything you've stolen." Arjun shrugged. "Then I guess I'm working for free." The Maharaja raised a hand. "Enough! Each of you will be paid handsomely if you succeed. But Arjun," he stepped closer, voice low, "cross me again, and it'll cost you your pretty face." Arjun bowed slightly. "Noted." The Maharaja turned back to the group. "One of you must remain on the ship. Insurance. The rest will complete the mission in Africa. My mercenary commander will oversee the vessel." Alex stepped forward. "Naveed should stay. He's less experienced." The Maharaja shook his head. "I need his technical mind." "He goes," Lee stepped in. "Then I go with him." "I promised his father." Alex hesitated, then nodded. "Fine. I'll stay later in the medical tent." The Maharaja's assistant patched up Diego's shoulder, while his daughter tended to Alex's bruised ribs. She worked quietly, her fingers gentle but precise. "How did you get hurt?" she asked softly. Alex winced. "Just an angry Viking." She smiled faintly, then moved on. As she left, Arjun leaned in. "Word of advice. Stay away from her and any woman close to the Maharaja. They're not part of the loot." Alex didn't respond. That afternoon, the boat cut through the waves, synthetic fuel rumbling in its belly. The teens leaned over the railing, watching the horizon shift from dust to green. Hours later, they arrived. As ordered, Alex remained in the ship, under custody of the mercenaries. The African coast was quiet, overgrown, and humming with heat. A lone figure waited at the dock, blonde, sun-kissed, wearing a faded lab coat over tactical gear. "You're the contact?" Diego asked. She nodded. "Name's Elira. Let's move." They boarded a battery-powered vehicle, silent, sleek, and armored. As it rolled through the jungle, vines brushed the windows and birds scattered overhead. Lee leaned forward. "Do you really have access to the Industrialist tech?" Elira didn't look back. "I have the keys. You just need to open the door." They emerged into what looked like a ghost town, cracked pavement, hollow buildings, and silence that felt staged. Elira led them to a basement entrance beneath a collapsed pharmacy. There, embedded in the wall, was a bunker-style mechanical door with a biometric lock. Naveed dropped to his knees, pulling out tools. "I can bypass this." But before he could start, Elira placed her hand on the sensor. A voice echoed from the wall. "Identity confirmed. Elira Faust. Access granted." Everyone froze. Arjun's jaw dropped. "No way! You're his daughter? The Industrialist was your father?" Elira didn't answer. The door hissed open. The facility loomed ahead, half buried in the earth, sealed by rust and time. The air inside the facility was stale. humming with old electricity and forgotten warnings. As the teens followed Elira through the concrete maze, she muttered under her breath, "These mercenaries the Maharaja keeps sending. Brutes. No finesse, no patience. They trigger every trap and break everything they touch." Arjun grinned, brushing dust off his coat. "Well, lucky for you, we're not mercenaries. We're pirates, and Elira didn't laugh. They went deeper inside the maze of concrete halls, dimly lit by flickering panels. The air buzzed with tension. "Stay sharp," Elira warned. "They'll come soon." Diego pointed upward. "Someone's watching us." A giggle echoed through the ventilation ducts. Then Elira shouted, "They're here! Incoming!" A dozen humanoid robots burst from side corridors. Metal limbs, glowing eyes, childlike proportions, but deadly speed. The teens drew their weapons. Swords clashed against steel, arrows flew. The robots fell, but kept getting back up. Fatigue crept in. Diego stumbled. Arjun missed a swing. Lee roared and charged, slicing through a robot's leg. It collapsed, flailing like a child mid-tantrum. Another giggle echoed from the ducts. "Interesting," said a child's voice. Arjun wiped sweat from his brow. "Go for the limbs. Knock them off." The teens adjusted tactics, targeting joints, knees, elbows. After several grueling minutes, the last robot twitched, then stilled. They pressed forward. Diego glanced at Elira. "Am I imagining things, or did they only attack us?" "Not you." Elira nodded. "They're programmed to protect the Industrialist children. I'm one of them." They reached another massive door. Same biometric sensor. Elira stepped forward. Before she could touch it, 24 robots dropped from the ceiling and walls. Faster, stronger, more aggressive. The teens were overwhelmed. Then Naveed pulled a strange, asymmetrical device from his satchel. It pulsed with a strange sound, like a broken music box, and flashed. The robots collapsed instantly. A vent above clattered open. A child dropped down, clapping slowly. He looked no older than 10. Pale skin, bright eyes, a mischievous grin. Elira rushed to the sensor. "We don't have time for this." "Access denied," she screamed in frustration. The child walked calmly to the panel and placed his hand on it. "Identity confirmed. Waylon Andrew Faust." "Access granted." Everyone stared. Elira's voice cracked. "Dad?" The kid stayed silent, with a mischievous grin, as the mechanical door slowly opened.